Welcome to Slippery Rock University. We're excited today to announce our 2013 recruiting class. We feel we have done an outstanding job in identifying young men of high character who will join us to wear the green and white. However, there takes a lot of people to put together an outstanding recruiting class, and at this time I'd like to thank many members of our university community who helped us. Dr. Cheryl Norton for her assistance in our Saturday visitation programs. Debbie Schell and her student workers at the Smith Student Center. Mark Metzka, admissions. Pete D'Amico, AVI Food Services. Bill Carr, Luigi's Restaurant. Todd Campbell of Campbell Bus Lines. Paul Lucan, our athletic director. Arian Roberts, compliance director. And Kevin Curry, director of residence life. Nikki Kovacic, owner of Ginger Hill Restaurant. Tanner Jones, Fairfield Inn. Our maintenance department here at the university, and Bob McComas, our sports information director. All of those folks lended a hand during the last recruiting season to help us identify this outstanding group of athletes. I would also like to compliment our staff. Long hours, a lot of evaluation time, but the results were well worth it. And special recognition to Coach Jason Makrinos, our recruiting coordinator. Jason did an outstanding job of coordinating our visits on campus and identifying some outstanding talent to join the Rock. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Coach Jason Makrinos, our recruiting coordinator, to share with you the 2013 recruiting class of Slippery Rock University.
Thank you very much, Coach Mihalik. I'd like to first reiterate our coaching staff did a tremendous job of identifying the talent throughout the state of Pennsylvania. That is our focus. We want to find the best players, not just in Western Pennsylvania, but the entire state of Pennsylvania. This year we're headlined by 2 players that have been selected to play in the Big 33 game, as well as 4 players selected to play in the East-West All-Star game. Those are the top 2 All-Star games in the state of Pennsylvania. In addition to having great athletes, we constantly stress being the total student athlete here at Slippery Rock. Our incoming freshman class carries a 3.25 grade point average. So we're very excited to find guys that are going to be positive contributors, not just on the football field, but in the classroom and the campus community. Getting the recruiting class started is Justin Barber. Justin is a defensive tackle from Lackawanna Trail. He's a guy that's a wrestler. He's very physical. He's very tough. He's very strong. He has a low center of gravity. I feel he's going to give opposing teams a fit when they try and block him. We felt like we needed to get bigger up front on the defensive line, and he's a guy that definitely fits that mold. Jordan Bennett is a guy from Garnett Valley out in the Philadelphia area, a do-it-all type guy. He could line up in the backfield. He could line up in the slot as receiver, has excellent speed, change of direction, and quickness. He's the guy that's excited about being here at Slippery Rock, and we love that. Nathan Brest. Nathan brings position flexibility to the table. He's from Mercer High School down the road. He could be a defensive tackle. Nathan could also grow into be an offensive lineman. He's ecstatic to be here. We're ecstatic to have him. He's going to add depth to our offensive or defensive lines immediately, and again, we are very excited to have him. Nick Dahlstrom, he's a defensive end, one of 2 Seneca Valley guys that we signed this year. Guys, with Brandon Fusco being from Seneca Valley, they hear all about him, so they're excited to come to Slippery Rock. But Nick, if I can think of one thing to describe Nick, he does an excellent job of using his hands. He's a defensive end that has the frame, depending on how big he gets, to move inside as a 3 technique. Tremendous get off, tremendous hands, very technically sound. And again, it's going to be up to him as far as how fast he gets on the field. Tyler DeRussa, he's an offensive lineman from DePaul Catholic in New Jersey. We're very excited about this pickup. His head coach at DePaul Catholic in Jersey coached with Coach Longo, our offensive coordinator. We're, with that connection, we're hoping to open the floodgates and really take advantage of the talent in New Jersey. Tyler is an athletic offensive lineman. He has great technique, uses his hands well. He plays lacrosse as well. He'll come in and add immediate depth to our offensive line. Malik Ford Jr., another guy along with Nick Dahlstrom. Malik has been selected to play in the East-West All-Star game. He's from Gateway High School. You have a lot of position flexibility with Malik. He was an all-conference linebacker. He was selected to play in the East-West game as a linebacker, but for us, he'll be an H-back. In our offense, he's a great fit. He's a mismatch for linebackers. He's a mismatch for safeties. And if you line him out wide with his physical size, could be a mismatch for a corner. You line him up in the backfield. Very excited to have Malik. Very athletic guy. Great hands. Derek Fulmore. He is the only defensive back that we signed in this recruiting class. In high school, he led West Mifflin to the WPL championship game at the AAA level. Tremendous ball skills. Being a quarterback, he's a leader. A guy that has position flexibility. Could play corner, could play safety. A lot of that will be determined by him, but we know we have a need at both positions that he's going to fill one of them. Again, extremely athletic, plays basketball, can dunk a basketball at about 5'11". He's going to be a great pickup for us. Another guy playing in the East-West game. Next would be Bishop Gethers. Sometimes these guys in the City League, they go under-recruited, but there's tremendous talent in the Pittsburgh City League. Bishop is 6'2", 235 pounds. He's going to play linebacker for us. In high school, he also played quarterback. Extremely athletic. Again, another guy with his size could come in and contribute right away. He just has to pick up our scheme, and tons of potential there with Bishop. Next is Dean Ketterer. Dean is going to be playing in the Big 33 game. Another offensive lineman from Seneca Valley. Dean reminds me on film of a Dermonti Dawson type center. He can snap the football and pull. He's going to be a great guy to help fill in the big shoes left by Austin Fidel. Has extremely good technique with using his hands. He can pass set. They ran a wide open spread offense at Seneca Valley, and that's going to help him transition here at Slippery Rock. Marcus Martin. He's a defensive end from West Mifflin, teammates with Derek Fulmore. Marcus is another guy playing in the Big 33 game. Again, Marcus is a guy with position flexibility, something that is invaluable. A lot of teams recruited him as a tight end or an H-back. Marcus will play defensive end for us. Very excited to have Marcus. He's strong, he's fast, he's relentless, and he plays with a very mean streak that is going to go a long ways on our defense. Isaiah Neely. Isaiah is the only true style running back that we signed in this recruiting class. Some other guys, are more slot type guys. Isaiah is a true running back. He's thick, he's physical. He can take a handoff, take a jet sweep. He can pound you, he can outrun you, he can juke you and make you miss. He wouldn't be playing here had he not hurt his ankle his senior year. He's a guy with Division I ability that we're thrilled to have. What we feel is Division I level's loss is our gain. Matt Peacock is a defensive end that we brought in mid-year from a junior college in California, San Joaquin Delta. Matt, we're looking to replace Jeff Thompson with. Matt is all of 245 pounds. He's a man already. He's fast, he's physical, he's strong. He can make plays in the pass game from batting balls down. He can drop in coverage, and he's really going to get after the quarterback. That's what he loves to do. And with our style of defense being very pressure-oriented, that's what Matt has been brought here to do. Cornelius Ray, another player from Alderdice. Him and Bishop Gethers were teammates. Cornelius is another do-it-all type guy with position flexibility. Was excellent in high school as a defensive back, but for us will be a slot receiver. He could be a kick return guy, a punt return guy. He could line him up in the slot with the jet sweeps. Again, with his size, he's a little bit undersized, but again, he's going to give linebackers fits when they try and cover him in the slot and get collisions on him. Next up is Eric Record. Eric is a linebacker from right down the road at Grove City High School. A guy who, again, had an injury his senior year, and some Division I schools laid off him, but again, their loss is our gain. Eric is a guy with Division I ability, excellent football player. He's big, he's fast, he's strong, he's going to hit you. Again, another guy is a linebacker, very athletic. He can cover a tight end. He can do an excellent job of using his feet to get a collision on a slot receiver. Excited to have Eric, again, a hometown guy. he's excited to be here. Drew Scales. Drew is another recruit who's playing in the East-West All-Star game. Another guy with position flexibility and who can play on both sides of the ball and is a do-it-all type of guy. Drew was an all-state defensive back, but here at Slippery Rock, he's going to be a slot man. He can line up in the backfield, is very tough carrying the football there. A slot receiver, takes some jet sweeps, a lot of different pass routes, will be a fit for defenses that defend. We're excited to have him in the special teams aspect, give a boost to our return game as a punt returner and a kick returner. Drew's another guy from the Harrisburg area where we're looking to really do a good job and a thorough job in recruiting. Last up is Bob Vernick. Bob is a linebacker and a long snapper from right down the road at Butler High School, another local product. When you watch Bob's tape, you're going to notice him hitting people hard. He brings the wood, very, very physical. He can run. He played fullback in a wing T scheme. Very intelligent kid, carries a 4.1 grade point average. Bobby, because of his long snapping ability and hitting ability, will be a guy that plays immediately as a true freshman. He'll definitely add depth to our linebacking core. He'll be a beast on special teams. Intelligent guy at a Mike linebacker position who's very physical is the type of fit we like to have there. Again, that's our 2013 recruiting class. 16 new guys that joined the Rock family. This is 2 years in a row now. We've had an excellent recruiting class, and that national championship is not too far away.